Well, Bill Lewis, your godfather. Welcome back to Channel Gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here we are. Another episode of MLB Front Office Manager of the Washington National Series. If you missed any of the other episodes, here is Season 2. They're available on the channel in the playlist as well as Season number 1. So here we are. Coming in at 15-8. Taking on the Mets, who are 7-15. And the Mets have become a rivalry with these Washington Nationals, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not seen, as I said, Season number 1, take a look at it. A very great season that was. And here we are, like I said, Season number 2. It's going to be John Carr on the mound against Matt Kidd. They'll be playing at or against the Mets, or wait a minute. Okay, are we? Yes, playing against the Mets. And here we go. So Armando Rodriguez is up to bat. Rodriguez now 0-2. Rodriguez fouls it off, still 0-2. 1-2 now. Rodriguez drives it deep into right field. Chavez is there. And he will put it away. And that's one down. Placido Polanco. Batting average up to 245 for Placido. And Polanco right to Reyes. And Reyes puts him away without a whimper. 2 down.
Batting for Washington,
Shin-Soo Choo. And Choo drives it into left field. That's Armstrong. Pays it off the hop. And Choo got himself a 2-out base knock. Here comes the shortstop, Yoetzi Betancourt.
Number 5, Betancourt.
0-2 to count to Betancourt. Betancourt drives this one deep. Armstrong over his head out there. Off of the wall back there at left field. Shin-Soo Choo on his way around to home plate. And he'll scamper in there and come across 1-0 Washington. Tommy Burson to Shapiro. Steps on the bag, retires aside, but the first tally is given up as the Washington Nationals take it. Cash is our batters, followed by Jackson and Felix Pye. Let's see what Carr does here. 0-2 now the count. And Cash still 0-2. Cash to Shin-Soo Choo out there in right field. Choo got to go all the way into the infield almost there up to center field. He'll call off the center fielder. And he'll make the grab there. This time to Choo. Choo got to play it off the wall back there. Jackson on his way to second. And he is in there with the double. Here comes Felix Pye. And Felix Pye will take a base. 0-2 now the count to Reyes. Still 0-2. Reyes still fouling him off here. And this time to Burson on the second for 1. On to first, and he is safe at first base. Here comes the steal by Reyes. And that ball is not in time, and he is safe, stealing second. Another shot. Rodriguez got to play that one off the hop there. And 2 men come around to score, and now it's now 2-1 Mets. Armstrong. 2-2 now. Betancourt, what a diving catch by Yoetzi Betancourt. That retires the side. Beautiful catch out there at shortstop. Well aware of what was going on there. Here comes Kurt Suzuki. Tony Gwynn and Troy Glaus will be the batters to follow him here in the top half of the second inning. And there is a base hit for Suzuki. And he gets the leadoff single.
23, Tony Gwynn Jr.
Tony Gwynn. Gwynn now to Chavez out there in right field. Suzuki will have to hop back to first base as he is out number 1. And Tony Gwynn is retired. Here comes Troy Glaus. Like we said in previous games, he is on, he is on. When he's off, he is definitely off. Kurt Suzuki is safe in there at second base. Nice steal by Kurt Suzuki. Troy Glaus 0-2. 1-2 now to count to Troy Glaus. Glaus, base hit into right field. Suzuki on his way to third, and he's rounding third and headed home. And Troy Glaus has himself a base hit and an RBI. It's now tied at 2-2. The pitcher, John Carr. 0-2 now to count to John Carr. Carr, again 0-2. Shapiro, onto the pitcher covering Kidd, who will retire John Carr. Armando Rodriguez to Castillo. Castillo retires the side by flipping it to Shapiro. Luis Castillo. Chavez be the first two to greet him here. 0-2 to count. 1-2 now. Still 1-2. That ball is in to left field. Armando Rodriguez. And he retires Castillo. Chavez to Burson over there at first base. And Burson retires him 2 down. Burson taking over at first base this year for the departed Boston Red Sox, former Boston Red Sox player. And his name slips my mind, my goodness. Imagine that. 0-2 now, well 1-2 to count. And Armstrong is there. And Pablo Polanco is retired. Shin-Soo Choo. Choo came around to score his last time up. And Choo this time is out number 2. Yuyetsi Betancourt, he had a base hit his last time up.
Number 5, Yuyetsi Betancourt.
And that ball is hit way back there left field. God, Tommy Burson with the home run, and it's a 2-run shot. And it's now 4-2. And that retires the side. Kurt Suzuki is our next batter. Got him, struck him out. Got him, struck him out. John Carr. Felix Pye. 0-2 to count the Pye. 1-2 now. Got him, struck him out. A masterful performance behind the plate or behind the mound as he strikes out the side in order. Tony Gwynn, Troy Glaus, and John Carr due up. As we go to the top half of the fourth, it's 4-2 Nationals. 0-2 to count. Armstrong will play it off the hop out there as Tony Gwynn has himself his first hit of the game. It is a single. Troy Glaus. 0-2 to count to Troy Glaus. Struck him out. Troy Glaus. John Carr. The pitcher, John Carr, who's 0 for 1. Grounded out. And Troy Klaus is out of there. Was that Troy Klaus? No, that was not Troy Klaus. But nonetheless,
Fans, be sure to join us after the game for total autograph signing. Batting for the Mets, shortstop,
anyway, he retires the side there. Troy Klaus on to Burson, 1 down here, bottom half of the 4th inning, I'm sorry. So excited to call the action. We sometimes get ahead of ourselves and screw things up. We do appreciate you being here nonetheless. 0-2 now, the count to Shapiro. Got him, struck him out. 2 down. Here comes Armstrong to Betancourt. Betancourt on to Burson. And that retires the side. We go to the top half of the 5th inning, still 4-2. What Nationals? Rodriguez, Polanco, and Sin-Soo Choo will be due up. Here's Rodriguez. 1-1 to count now. 1-2 to count. Still 1-2. Rodriguez to Castillo there at second. And he throws it to Shapiro. 1 down. Paso Polanco, he's 0 for 2. That batting average down to 240 now. Jackson to Shapiro, 2 down. Sin-Soo Choo, he's 1 for 2 here today. 0-1 to count to Choo. 1-1 now. 1-2 to Sin-Soo Choo. Choo drives it deep, right field. And that is over the head of Chavez. Choo on his way for a triple. And Sin-Soo Choo is going to be in there with a 2-out triple. Yoetzi Betancourt is up. Can he drive Choo home? 1-1 to count to Betancourt. Tommy Burson would be due up next. And there's Betancourt over the head of Armstrong out there in left field. Choo on his way to score. Betancourt on his way to second, and he is in there with a double. Tommy Burson, who's 1 for 2 here. He hit that home run his last time up. And again, Tommy Burson comes through, a base knock into right field. Betancourt on his way to score, and Burson in there with the double. So now all he needs is for Suzuki to hit him home. Chavez got to play it over his head and up against the wall there at right field. And Suzuki drives home Betancourt. It's now a 7-2 game. This game is out of reach here, perhaps. The Mets will need a miracle here in the next 4 innings. That retires the side. We got Castillo, Chavez, and Feliciano will be due up next. Feliciano, that batting average down to 111. Really struggling is Feliciano. 1-2 to count now. Castillo. Base hit into the left field. Rodriguez plays it off the hop. Throw it to Betancourt. Castillo stay put. And Castillo going for the steal. Burson just steps on first base as that was the easy out. And Castillo at second now with 1 down. Feliciano, batting average still a struggle there. He is down and out, 2 down. And Cash, Burson on to first, steps on the bag, and this retires the side. Top half of the 6th inning. Troy Glaus. Troy Glaus, the batter. 2-1 now. 2-2 now to Troy Glaus. Glaus to Jackson, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. One down. Jeff Schilbert's coming in. Actually, we got Grady Sizemore coming in to hit for John Carr. 0-2 to count to Grady Sizemore. Sizemore drives this one deep to right field, way back there. And Chavez will retire Sizemore, 2 down. So Schubert will come in, or Schubert rather. 1-2 now the count. 2-2. And Rodriguez is out, and that retires the side. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, still 7-2. Nationals. Jackson. 0-2 to count to Jackson. And Jackson in the left field rather. Base hit. Rodriguez will play it off the hop. And Jackson will stay put. Felix Pye comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Make that 1 for 3 now as Felix Pye, any way you slice it, ladies and gentlemen, that is a base hit. Jackson on his way to third, and he is in there easily. And I do not think Schubert was ready for this. 7-3 now. Pye on his way to third. He is in there. So Reyes makes it. Reyes is going to steal. Shapiro. Got him. He's out of there. What a play by the Nationals. Sinso Chu is there. Pye is going to tag up and move on his way home. And Pye is going to be there easily. 7-4. Another shot to right field. They're beating Chu up out there. Chu plays it off the hop. Armstrong out there. And he's out there just moving along, and he makes it to second base. Armstrong. 0-2 now the count to Castillo. To Troy Glaus. Glaus on his way to first, and Bursler retires the side.
Batting for the Nationals.
But the Mets do score 2 in that one, and they're only down 3, 7-4. Pablo Polanco, who's 0 for 3 today. The struggles continue for Pablo Polanco here in this game. Polanco, base hit into right field. Finally, the bat comes alive for Pablo Polanco. Here comes Sinso Chu.
Number 17, Shin-Soo Chu.
Pablo Polanco, a little bit of insight here for y'all. Pablo Polanco set out most of the first season with an injury. And it's good to see Pablo Polanco back in, but still trying to get that bat to come alive here. Slowly but surely. Goyetsi Betancourt. So we have 1 down and 1 on. Betancourt to Jackson. To second for 1. On the first double play, retires the side. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen, here. As we got the 7th inning stretch come up. Chavez, Feliciano, and Cash will be due to face Schubert. Troy Glaus is waiting. And Chavez pops out to Troy Glaus there at third base. 1 down. Feliciano. The struggle continues as Armando Rodriguez makes the grab over there. Cash is the batter. 0-2 to Cash. Still 0-2. 0-2 still remain. Rodriguez got it played off the hop. Base hit for Cash. A 2-out base knock. And here comes Jackson. He's 2 for 3. The batting average is step 356 now. 0-2 to count. Got him, struck him out. Burst and Suzuki are due up along with Gwynn. Burson has had a home run in this one. He's 2 for 3. Got him, struck him out. Tommy Burson takes the seat. Kurt Suzuki, he's 2 for 3 here. 2-0 to Kurt Suzuki. 3-0 now. And it's 4 straight pitches and 4 balls takes a walk. Tony Gwynn, he's 1 for 3 here. 2-0 to count to Gwynn. Gwynn, 2-2 now. Still 2-2 to Tony Gwynn. Gwynn trying to get one he likes. The fouling off continues. 3-2 to full count. And Gwynn steady takes it there. We got 2 men on. And there's the double play that gets him out of the inning. Amazing job there by the Mets. Felix Pye, Reyes, and Shapiro will be due up here in the 8th inning. 0-1 to count to Felix Pye. 0-2 now. Any way you slice it, struck him out. Felix Pye goes down. Struck him out. 2 down in the inning. Here comes Shapiro. Armstrong would be next. 1-1 now to count to Shapiro, who's 1 for 3 here. 1-2. Struck him out. Massive performance by Schubert on the mound. Here in the 8th inning, we go to the top half of the 9th. Gonzalez is due up. 0-2 to count to Gonzalez. Still 0-2. Gonzalez fouling him off here. Gonzalez to Jackson, and Jackson does what he does best. Out number 1, throws him out. Armando Rodriguez, who's 0 for 4 here. Rodriguez again to Jackson, again Jackson. Puts him away, 2 down. Paso Polanco, who is 1 for 4 in this game. 1-1 to count to Polanco. Puts him behind now, 1-2. Polanco to Shapiro, who's waiting patiently. Pop out the first. That retires the side. So now, it goes as follows. The Mets need a miracle here. They need 4 to win, 3 to tie. Bean is on the mound here, taking over for Schubert. Burson retires Armstrong. 1 away, 2 outs to go. Luis Castillo, 1-1. 1-2 now. 2-2. To Burson. Again, Burson stepping on the bag. 2 down. 1 out away from victory here as Chavez steps up. 0-2 to count to Chavez. And there's Troy Glaus, who handles it well to Burson. That ends the ball game. So the Mets, who are always a thorn in the side here to the Washington Nationals. Finally, the Nationals take this victory here against the Mets, taking a little bit of revenge, if you will. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, scratch those claw marks in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen if you're new. Become a member of the Wolfpack family today. Do not forget to sniff and bite into the bell icon. Become part of the notification squad. And do not forget to put a like to the video. It's much appreciated. We will see you next time for more Washington Nationals MLB front office manager. This has been the Wolfman Lewis, your Godfather Wolf. I